have arrived on the landing site. This is the home of the Gen 2 penguin. Is he following me? Hey everyone, my name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. I'm continuing my Antarctica series today's March 6th and technically the 5th day of my trip here in the Antarctic with Cork Expeditions. I'm on a 2-week trip and I got on the ship on March 2nd and I'm here until like March 14th, 15th, something like that. But anyway, it is early. It's 8:44 a.m. and at 9 a.m. they're gonna start calling us to go on the Zodiacs, which are the like inflatable kind of looking little boats. So this morning I'm looking at the schedule because they always put the schedule on the phone and also around the ship. And we are going to be cruising around Danco Island. And on here it says Danco Island lies in the southern end of the Aria Channel. It is relatively small, but the view from the top of Danco Island is spectacular due to the heavily crevassed glaciers in the surrounding mountains. This section of the Aria Channel is a hotspot for minke and humpback whales, and this island also is home to about 1,600 breeding pairs of Gen 2 penguins, which are the most common penguins that will be seen on this voyage. There's three. There's the Gen 2, the chin strap, which we've seen both already, and then one more, and that one is not very likely. We'll see, but it's still a possibility. And also Danco Island is home to the British Antarctic Survey Station O fieldwork, and this area or this station is focused on surveying the region and geological research. It was closed in 1959 when the work was completed and the hut was removed in 2004. A plaque is indicating its location and can still be found on shore. So that was a little overview from that. I just had breakfast and they're gonna start calling people to get on the Zodiacs at 9, so I'm gonna start changing and wearing my base layers and everything. I'm also not gonna lie, I've been a bit sad this morning because I brought 3 cameras, well technically 2, on this trip. I have my iPhone, I have this camera which is a point and shoot Canon G7X, and then I also brought my bigger Canon EOS, and it has like 2 different lenses and stuff, and one of them's a zoom lens I bought specifically for this trip. And yesterday it was the first full day of us going out on the Zodiacs and it was raining all day. And the second Zodiac, because we did 2 in the day, it was just sprinkling, but at that point I didn't bring my camera out. And the first Zodiac cruise it was raining and I brought my camera with me. I have a rain sleeve which is meant for cameras in the rain, and now my camera's not turning on, so I'm worried I damaged it and I'm more upset. I'm trying different things to like dry it out, and by the time you see this I'll already be home and there's not much I can do. But I want to be able to use my nice camera and the lens I bought specifically for this trip with the zoom lens, so I can take, you know, zoomed in photos and videos of animals. I've only really truly got to use it like 1 time because in the rain, it was so rainy and then the plastic got everywhere and stuff like that. And now I'm just like, why did I bring it out in the first place? Like, yeah, I got some cool shots and videos of some humpback whales, but was it worth damaging my camera potentially forever or for the rest of the trip, which this is only the beginning, and I don't know. So I'm just a little bit upset about that. I have it out to dry and I have limited service to the internet, but I have been able to look up some stuff. But I'm just really hoping that I'm able to fix it. I've literally detached the lens, I took out the battery, I took out the memory card, I of course wiped it down, and I'm letting it all dry out. And it was working at first, like for a few hours, and then it just stopped. So I don't know what what is going on. And I like originally did take everything apart and let it dry and didn't take it back out. And my friend who has a camera, different camera, but still very similar type with the detachable lens and everything, and used the same rain cover as me, she brought it out the first time and the second time and her camera is fine. So I'm just upset and I don't understand why my camera is doing this. I know maybe I shouldn't have brought it out in the rain, but also I had the rain cover on it the whole time and I was very careful and like holding it strategically, and it wasn't like downpouring, but it was raining a decent amount. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I get dressed for the zodiacs and also outside as well. This is what the outside of my window is looking like. So this is what looks like a bay to me, because as you can see, there's the zodiacs and they're taking the kayaks out. And also my friend, she is stand-up paddleboarding, which I think is crazy given we're in Antarctica, but they have dry suits on and everything. But the water is calm and we're in a bay, so it's more likely to be calm. So that's why the kayakers and the stand-up paddle boarders can go. So they're just setting it up. They've already gone down a little early to get ready. I'm just doing the Zodiac cruise because I don't really have an interest in stand-up paddleboarding, to be honest, especially in Antarctica, and it costs an extra like $300. So I'd rather just ride the Zodiac. And I think we're doing a landing, which means you ride it and then you also get on shore. But anyway, even my gloves, I have 2 liners and then I have my main gloves, got really wet. So I'm just testing them out. They're still a little damp, but I went ahead and I blow dried them yesterday. And they're not as dry now that I'm feeling them as I'd like them to be, but they're not as wet as yesterday. But it's just like, I blow dried them for so long yesterday, and like these are wool dries fast and they've been out all night, but I can't be buying new gloves every time. I'm just upset about the rain situation because it got everything wet. My camera's not working, my hands were freezing cold the second ride, but I'm gonna try to be optimistic. But this is my situation over here. I took off the lens. This is my base of my Canon, and that's open as well. And I have the SD card out. I have the camera battery out. I do want to take this actually to wear on my Zodiac. So I might just put this away in here. But yeah, so that's the situation, but I'm gonna get dressed.
It's towards the back. Okay.
Welcome to the breathtaking Danco Island. I have finally made it after being on the Zodiac, cruising along for about an hour, exploring, as you saw earlier, whales and seals. But now we have a Zodiac landing where we get to actually walk on land, which is so exciting because it's Antarctica. So Danco Island is a hidden gem in the heart of Antarctica. So I have arrived on the landing site. This is the home of the Gentoo penguin. I have about an hour and 15 minutes, and this is what it's looking like. They're so cute, so I'm just gonna get a lot of penguin content for you all. This small island is a haven for one of the most charming and resilient creatures of the Antarctic region, which is the gentoo penguin. And the gentoo penguin ended up being my favorite penguin species. I just love their bright beaks, and we got to see them the most throughout our entire voyage. So they hold a special place in my heart. Here I am again at the penguins. We're not supposed to crouch down because of avian flu, so we're just standing up. They're so cute. I'm trying to keep a 5-meter distance, and some snow just like avalanched down that, so that's crazy. Look at them go. That's an adult. The babies are like more lighter and gray. I got a lot of videos of them. Look at them go. So cute. And these are again the gentoo penguins. This is like where they're known to live. Shall we follow the penguins? I can, as long as I keep a distance. Oh, and not slip on the rocks because they're a little slippery. Look at them go. Some people are hiking up all the way up there, but I don't know if I want to, honestly. They said it's icy and slippery, and the penguins are all down here. I'd honestly rather spend more time with the penguins than like be struggling climbing up ice. Gentoo penguins are easily recognizable by their distinctive white stripe that extends like a bonnet on the top of their heads. They are the third largest species of penguin, standing at about 30 inches tall and weighing up to 13 pounds. On Danco Island, these penguins thrive, particularly during the breeding season, which we visited slightly after that, and you can see a lot of the babies versus adults, because the babies have that fluffier, thicker hair, and they're more light in color as well. You can also see some penguins shedding as well throughout these clips, and those are those babies shedding their more or less baby fur or feathers and like becoming juveniles and growing up to be adults. Gentoo penguins are known for their strong pair bonds and impressive parenting skills. Both parents take turns incubating their eggs and feeding their chicks, showcasing remarkable teamwork and dedication. Gentoos are also incredible swimmers, and they can reach speeds to up to 22 miles per hour, making them the fastest underwater swimmers among penguins. Their agility in the water helps them hunt for their primary food source, which is krill, fish, and squid. And all the red that you will see throughout these clips, that is their food that they've digested and then kind of thrown back up. Danco Island itself is a stunning landscape covered in ice and snow with rocky shores that provide the perfect nesting sites for gentoos. Oh, close to me.
There's one right by your feet.
Are you following me? I just absolutely loved watching these resilient birds, and they thrive in the water. But then when they're on land, they waddle, and they're just so comical. And I just absolutely loved spending time watching them. And yeah, just observing them, being around them. They are not afraid of people. For penguins, their predators are mainly the leopard seal. Leopard seals, they don't move very quickly at all on land, so penguins have no fears once they're on land. It's their safe zone. It's really when they're in water when they have to watch out for predators. So that's why they're kind of clumsy and awkward on land, and they're so chill with us people being around. And sometimes they would get up close. We had to keep our distance because the avian flu was going on, and we did not want to give it to the birds in Antarctica. And also just generally, you want to try to keep a distance with wildlife in the wild. So that's what we're doing, and yeah, so that is what's going on, and I absolutely loved being on Danco Island. All right, I am back. All right, I am back from my first Zodiac cruise of the day. We did obviously a Zodiac cruise and landing, meaning we went on shore, and we had about an hour on the actual boat, going around, seeing the humpback whales, seeing some penguins, we saw a leopard seal, and then we also ended up going on the island, Danco. Also my camera, because it was in freezing temperatures, it was about 32, 33 Fahrenheit. And now it's back in the warmth, room temperature. So I'm about to get undressed. My camera's fogging up clearly. Let me try and fix that. And yeah, so the island we went to, like I mentioned, is known for the Gen 2 penguin. Like I mentioned earlier, there's like 1,600 breeding pairs of penguins, and it was a lot of fun. I got to just really be in nature with the penguins, and now I'm back, and it is probably almost lunchtime, so I'm gonna get undressed, have lunch, have a briefing, and I think we're doing just a Zodiac cruise later today, but that is the update. And yeah, I have my base layers on slash base and mid layers like I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to change to like normal clothing to be a bit more comfortable and also let my camera acclimate again to the room temperature, because clearly like that's only slightly helping. It's gone from quite a big temperature jump very fast. So, and I'm gonna see if like my camera, maybe it needs like 48 hours to dry, my other big camera down here. Fingers crossed, because I feel better about it than I did earlier today, because I got to go out and explore nature and be with penguins, and I still have this camera, which is good, but I still really want that to work. So yeah, I will update you sometime later today, whether it's lunch, briefing, or the Zodiac cruise. Also, I got a cup of tea, which is really nice. This one is apple and cinnamon, I think. It just tastes like apple cider, and I'm gonna enjoy that as well. It's just the little things that makes it so good.